Kafilat Abimbola Ayeni, born in Lagos on 28 May 1982 into the family of Alhaji Haro Ayeni and Alhaja Mogaji from Lagos Island in Lagos State.
My name is Kafilat Abimbola Ayeni. I'm the founder CEO of Kafilat Nigerian Limited, an agro-food processing company that is based in Abuja, Nigeria. We're into production of spices. We do several products from coconut, we do plantain flour, cocoyam flour, and we also want to venture into the Nigerian staple food from this year. That's the egusi, ogbono, garri, and all that. Basically, we are concentrating that on our exports. And Kafilat is a mother of two, a very wonderful, hardworking entrepreneur. I must actually kill myself a little bit because I know I've been into this since 2012 and we're still pushing, and we thank God for where we are.
Kafilat, as she is fondly called, began her early education at Command Primary School in Kaduna. She proceeded to the Federal Government Girls College, Guzo, Zamfara State, and graduated in 1999. Being a young lady who has always been focused on becoming a successful entrepreneur, she opted to attend the Federal Polytechnic, Nasarawa, where she bagged OND in marketing in 2002. She then topped it off with the HND, also in marketing, from the Federal Polytechnic Bida in 2006, where she participated actively in student politics. In 2010, she completed her postgraduate diploma in management from the University of Calabar. In 2021, she attended the prestigious EDC Institute and earned a certificate in entrepreneurship management.
I came into Abuja as a youth corporal and I served in the National Assembly. And ever since then, I was there as a legislative aide. And yes, I got my inspiration through the love of food. And I started making food for guests of my boss. Then my boss will have a whole lot of guests coming in from Lagos, and I'll have to cook in like big pots to be able to serve them. So I do so much. I gave myself time to develop the spices I use for my product and for my food that time. And before then, during my service, I've always made pepper soup spice to sell. So it was easy for me to navigate around cooking and wanting to have food as something that I have a pleasure in doing. And before I knew it, I started creating my fresh ingredients that I'm using for the food. I started drying them to be able to produce the spice out of it, and gradually it grew into an habit. The love and passion for it grew into food manufacturing.
In 2007, while serving as a youth corps member at the National Assembly, she started a business as an interior decorator. In 2008, she opened a clothing business where she sells clothes, materials, and laces for children and adults. In 2011, she became secretary to Honorable Jide Akinloye, and she is currently the secretary to Honorable Egberongbe. In 2012, she nurtured a dream called Binka, an agro-food processing company that produces oil, spices, and flour. This dream grew into a huge reality as she registered the business in 2017, and today Binka has boasted of over 14 registered best-selling products, both in Nigeria and outside the shores of this country.
What Bimka has achieved to date is being known for quality, it's being known for being consistent, it's being known for someone that has a non-giving up spirit, which is I'm so much into what I'm doing that I am excited to see that it's gradually becoming a household name. People tend to use Bimcap. You don't need to know the owner of the product. For me, it's a very great achievement for something I started on the dining table of my house. I started just being in my kitchen to something that before COVID, we had over 23 staff. After COVID, we grew to over 27 staff. And if not for last year that we downsized a little bit and reduced, but we later grew back to what we used to have. And to me, it's a great achievement having to start something in my house on my daily table alone. So having to be an employer of labor, about 80% women, and because that's the one thing I advocate for a lot. And being at this stage right now, I'm excited to see that we've gone that far, and there's there's no words to express how I feel about the effort we have put into the business to take us to where we are right now.
She also manages the all-famous House of Machines for Mentor, a company that sells all types of agro-food processing machines. Kafilat Abimbola Ayeni, now known as Bimcap by lots of people, is an astute businesswoman, a born marketer, an intelligent, hardworking and focused entrepreneur whose hard work, persistence and love for the Almighty has elevated her to the top. At the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, she established the Bimcap Helping Hands, a non-governmental organization to support and provide food to the needy and less privileged in the society. Bimcap Helping Hands shared foodstuff to over 300 households. In 2021, she started a scholarship scheme for primary and secondary school children, seeing to the basic school needs of these children, most of which are orphans.
Number one reason, what has led to several recognitions, several awards, several messages and comments about Bimcap and several great things we've achieved is basically because we've also been able to impact back into the society. There's something called Bimcap Helping Hands. It's beyond just food processing. Bimcap Helping Hands gives back to the society, the less privileged, the lesser people. During COVID-19, we took our time, community by community. We went and we gave food stuff. We gave food in combination with, that's why it was Bimcap Helping Hands and Friends. We were able to go from one community, Peggy, Anagada, we did Maraba, Bube, several different communities, and we packaged 50 package of food stuff. If you see it, you'll be surprised. There's beans, there's rice, there's palm oil. There's even at the point there was crayfish, stockfish, pepper, something that you could eat at that point that there was nothing for people to eat, and people really appreciated it. That's one section of us. We also give back also by training women. We try our best to handhold people in food processing free of charge, so that they could understand that this thing is also doable by them. It's not necessarily for you to just be at home, cross your leg and think there's nothing you can do. We've been able to give back like that, and that has really given us 1 or 2 awards, and it has also taken us to top 20 African Women Achiever, and it has given us opportunity to be able to talk to women in different forums, and we are excited that we've gotten to that stage in life. Trust me, I try not to want to dive into the challenges women face running business. I can just tell you it's extremely challenging when you're a woman running business, because you tend to have people who don't even trust you with their money to run the business. That's why most women don't get to have investors to be able to help them through the rigorous process of starting a business. For me, it's been extremely challenging, because sincerely, I want to believe we are still at where we are right now because we've not been able to get the sort of investors we want. Last year, I tried to look for investors to run Bimcap together, because I want to believe it has gotten to a stage where we should have other people apart from people being the sole owner of the business. We should have other people on board to be able to run the business and help to boost the capacity we want to, level we want our business to be. But unfortunately, I think I had one that actually said to the person I sent that, a woman-run business, women that everything they do is about fashion, clothing, when she starts making money now, and all she will think about is how much she's going to be spending on herself. And I told the person, you should have actually invited this person here. Then I tell him the story of how I started and how this place started. And it was just only me in this building. I used to work at that time. I do night duty alone. I get here by 11:30 and I'm off by 4 o'clock. I'm at home, bath, take my bath. I had to manage the kids, take them to school and all that. And I still want to resume back to my normal 9 to 5 job. And I'm here today, happy, running it. And I just want someone to say, okay, you've gone this far. Let's handhold you. But sincerely, I think there's a whole lot of barrier as a woman-owned business. But let's hope that the efforts that the world is putting together to break that barrier for women to be able to have voices, let's hope it's going to become a dream come true, and let's hope it's going to be actualized, because that's the only way we can actually, as women, to be able to be successful. When you are able to be financially strong enough to run a business successfully. We hope to get there very soon. Alright, sincerely being consistent, perseverance, maintaining my standard has been something that has actually helped me in my life. Having to know what I want, and I'm determined to achieve it. And not giving up is not a pattern of my life. I'm someone that giving up is not something that I put first in my decision making. I try to tell myself there's always a way out. And having to put everything I want together, and I keep saying that whatever I do, it's the way I do them, and by the grace of God, God has made it very easy because it's not by my making, and it has really pushed me, and that's my strategy. I just keep telling myself, you can do better. Whatever you do, I can always do better, and I can always get better at it. And it has really taken both me and Bimcap to where we are. We are still hoping to do better than what we're doing right now.
At 41, Kafilat has achieved many great feats in her business. Her facility, Bimcap, has grown to be the pride of the nation. She has won many awards of recognition and has become a major force to reckon with in the food processing industry.
Being a food processing company that I run solely as a woman, and I have my management team being women, my major skill that I've learned is patience. I've been able to know that if I'm not patient, I cannot run the business entirely. And if I don't have the habit of bottling in things, especially when you see things that are not comfortable with you or your workers, and you just flare out, you're going to be losing important stuff because of that. So I've learned to be patient. I've learned to listen. I remember one of my mentees telling me, it's always good to listen to understand, not listen to react. So when you listen to understand, it's always very good than just listen because you have a reaction or you have an answer for it. So, and it has really helped because I've realized that if you run businesses without patience, you can't go anywhere. Because I don't use stick, I try to make sure that when I am around, I talk, I correct, and at the same time when I realize that, oh, today I've been all up and down, don't do this, keep this one, do that, they all get lunch money. They know that, this one madam has talked today, I think they always want me to talk because the talking comes with a bonus. So anytime I try to bring the strictness out, I try to make sure I top it up with a bonus so that by the time they see me, they're not fidgeting, they're calm, they know that, oh, even this that she's doing it with love. It's not because she doesn't want to see us. Oh, I think I learned forcefully to balance, to have a lifestyle and work, because I realized I was just into work too much at the point that was affecting life itself. And it has helped me that I've been able to talk women through it, to be able to tell them that you could run both. You should just have time for everything. It's work time. If it's work time, it's work time. Once I leave my work environment, which is supposed to be my 5 o'clock, and I'm supposed to be with family, I tell people, when you call me on certain number at that time, I might not pick. When you drop messages, I might not be quick to respond, but I will respond. But I try to make sure when it's family time, it's family time. And when it's time for being boss time, I like off it so that I will be able to have my sanity to refresh and be ready for another day. I'm going to give them a candid advice that whatever a woman wants to do, she does it well and she does it best. Any position you give it to a woman and give it to a man, trust me, when you get back to where that woman is running, she's doing better. But the truth is, you just have to put yourself in a place where people can trust you, where people can trust the words of your mouth. One of the things people don't know about women is that we tend to keep and do our job very well. But the first thing is the person that wants to give you this position or wants to run with you should be able to trust you. And women need to learn to allow themselves to be trusted. We shouldn't be quick to calculating our profits before the business starts or before anything starts. Your first focus should be how much am I willing to impact on people before I'm able to count my profits. I was having a discussion with someone this morning, and the person said, I don't even know how to put a price to my intellectual property. And I told the person, what people don't pay for, they don't value it. They tend to see that you know it off heart. That's what you're telling them. Make it valuable. Create a form. When you are filling the form, let it be noted at the end of the form that it is $2. That is the worth of my form. So that when you are giving them knowledge, they know they pay for it and they will value it. Ever since inception, I've never charged for mentorship or having my mentees. I actually told myself 2024, even if it's token, why am I taking it? Because I've had mentees that I've spoken to, that I've brought, that we've finished our discussion. They come back to take me to middle page of our discussion to tell me they forgot. And I'm like, okay, the reason why you forgot is because you did not pay. Don't worry, I'm not showing you. When I'm ready to mentor you again, when I'm bringing up people, I'll bring you in. When you pay for it, you will not forget. So women need to have that habit to be able to be willing to impact. Impacting, building a community is an habit of a woman. It's something that is in us because it is embedded in us naturally. So we need to learn to be able to impact knowledge so we can give. And when people see the effort you put in something as a woman, they tend to pick you. That's why you wonder why out of everybody, why do they have to pick so person? It is because there are people that see the unseen and they've seen the value of that person. So my advice to women is, it is for us and we must lead. And we must rule. We are not dragging the seat with men, but we have to be given a proper quota to be able to lead properly. Having to see that there's an organization like that talks about women, their achievements, what they are doing, I'm giving kudos to you people. It takes a lot for women to be capped, because this is me having a signature dressing, and I am telling you, I give the organization maximum respect because you're giving us room for our voice to be heard. You're giving us space for people to know about us, and you're telling the world that there's a lot of women doing great things. So I'm saying a very big thank you to you, and kudos, and keep up the good work, because we know that this is just the beginning. Through you, our voice will be heard, and through you, great achievements will be done. Thank you.
Binka is a mother of two amazing and intelligent girls, Akima and Amida. In her little free time, she loves to watch movies, cook for her girls, and catch up with family and friends. Her kindness and humility is obvious in the way she loves to uplift other women and entrepreneurs. She is a true African woman known for excellence and quality.